Hello. This webinar is called Supersize Your Home Inspection with HouseMaster. At HouseMaster, we have launched 4 new additions to our home inspections that are going to thrill you and your clients. There's free roof repair warranty, free mold, sewer, and termite treatment warranties that will maintain happy clients and eliminate headaches on your transactions. I am Chris Repair with HouseMaster, and I perform home inspections and marketing in the greater Charlotte market. I'm here with Mike Dorr, the Director of Business Development with Residential Warranty Services. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Chris, how are you?
I'm doing great. Mike's going to be sharing some information about some of our new offerings in just a bit. So let's get started. As a great agent, you surround yourself with a team of professionals such as a great mortgage person, closing attorney, plumber, electrician, and a great home inspector. But why did you choose that home inspector? Well, probably because they're great, of course, but really what separates a great home inspector from a bad one? Well, Nathan Thornberry, who is Mike's boss and a speaker at many real estate and home inspector events, talks about the myth about technical competency. Nathan's contention is, after studying thousands of home inspection claims, is that most of the inspectors catch the major items 90 to 90% of the time. And these major items are those that are costing your clients $500 or more. Yet most realtors will tell you that there are good inspectors and bad inspectors. So if most inspectors are technically competent, what is that criteria that agents are judging the quality of the home inspection and or the home inspector? Well, Nathan believes that the answer is communication and the value that they offer with their home inspection. With communication, it's important that the home inspector not emotionally insert themselves into an inspection by creating fear for the home buyers. As a home inspector, we're there to find things, but also to provide proper context of how that will impact their clients, their home, and not really send their client running for the door. Also part of communication is the importance to receive the inspection report in a timely manner, since you have a very short window for performing due diligence. At HouseMaster, we have a great report that you and your client will receive before 9 a.m. the next day, and the HouseMaster report is very easy to understand and very helpful in the negotiation process. Now, the other big issue that Nathan tackled was value, which leads us into the theme of our presentation, supersizing your home inspection. Supersize, I love that word because it was the one that really described what we're doing here. We're all used to ordering a burger and supersizing to get large fries and a large drink. Well, what if when you supersize, you actually got a Thanksgiving-sized meal with all the trimmings, turkey, ham, green beans, mashed potatoes, sweet potato casserole? I could go on. All these Thanksgiving trimmings is now what's available to you and your clients for all your standard home inspections with HouseMaster. Now, we already have some great trimmings or offerings or items of values on our home inspections now that many of you are used to, and maybe you've used this and not aware of all of them. And I just want to take a little bit of time to review a couple of them. We have move cards. We send these out within 30 days of the home inspection as a gift from you to your client. You'll get 10 cards, 10 envelopes, and 80 labels. Free termite inspection. No longer will you have to do an extra phone call to coordinate a pest control operator to get them out there. We'll take care of the WDIR for North Carolina or the CL100 for South Carolina, automatically looking for termites, carpenter ants, bees, wood-eating beetles. We also provide agent referral liability protection. So you give out 2 or 3 names of home inspectors thinking you're protected, but heck, you could give out the phone book and still get sued. Well, we didn't think that's right, and HouseMaster offers up to $1 million coverage protection for you if you refer HouseMaster for your home inspection. That's just peace of mind for you. Recall check. Now, most of y'all are familiar with recall check for the appliances. It's a great product on appliances where your clients, for the rest of their life, are going to get updates whether there's an issue with their appliance or not. And they're able to call a 1-800 number to get free service and sometimes even a free replacement appliance. And the last thing is our standard 1-year limited repair reimbursement guarantee. This covers important areas of the home inspection: heating, air, plumbing, electric. It really makes us accountable as HouseMaster home inspectors to really do a great job on our home inspection. So let's get to what is new. Well, we have 4 new items that are automatically added to the home inspection, and they're kind of like gap insurance because it really kind of covers that gap between a home inspection and items that may actually occur post-inspection. And these are often very awkward situations that you get put in as an agent to contend with after closing, and really can negatively affect you getting referrals. So we figured you would appreciate another layer of protection that was free. So these are a 5-year roof warranty, 90-day mold safe warranty, 90-day sewer guard warranty, and a 90-day termite warranty. And I'm going to have Mike go through each one of these, give you a little bit of basic understanding of what this means to you and your client. Go ahead, Mike.
Great, thanks, Chris. Well, just like Chris stated, that these are new services that are going to come with every full home inspection when you call HouseMaster. So don't be afraid to give them a call. You can go online, whatever you need. But every inspection is going to come with these. So let's just kind of talk about these for a little bit. The first one is the 5-year Platinum Roof Protection, which is essentially a 5-year roof warranty for any leaks that would cover what the inspector said was not leaking. So if Chris, you inspected a house and you noticed that there was a leak by the chimney, for example, and there's moisture in the attic or whatever the case is, those would be things that were pre-existing, and that's why the buyer would have paid you to have the inspection done to find those things out. But if you reported back to the client that there wasn't any leaks over on the north side of the house, and the client moves in on the 4th night, there's a leak there, those are things that the client's going to be able to be covered for this. And it's 5 years from the inspection date. Not 5 months, not 5 weeks, 5 full years. And it covers the client up to $3,000 for leak repair for the 5-year period. So that comes with every inspection. What a great value. I wish I had that on a house a couple years ago where I moved in, and it was probably a couple weeks after that, but the inspector couldn't actually get into the attic to inspect that area. He was able to walk the roof, but just couldn't see that type of stuff. So it was only about $400 or $500 fix with some flashing and some things like that. So it ended up being pretty minor, but would have been nice to have that covered. The next is the 90-day mold safe warranty, which covers the client for any visible mold that wasn't found at the time of the inspection. So if you're doing the inspection, Chris, and you're inspecting the home that I'm going to buy, and you see something that might be, it could be mold, in the family room, for example, whether I get a mold test done or not, that's going to go into the report, and that would be something, again, that's pre-existing. But if you didn't notate anything that was in the bedroom and the seller moves out and it would have been found at the time of the inspection, meaning that it was new, that's something that the warranty would cover. So it would cover $2,000 of remediation for something that wasn't found yet at the time of the inspection. So it's kind of giving your buyers more confidence in choosing HouseMaster. It also is giving more confidence to agents that are referring HouseMaster, because not that mold will be found on every single home, but if you inspect it and it wasn't there and the client moves in 30 days later, and on the 5th night they notice something when they're moving in and there's something there that wasn't there at the time of the inspection, these are the type of things that you now have coverage for. So any agent that's referring you can have this confidence that these are things that are going to be stood behind for their buyers.
Yeah, that's a great thing, because that's an emotional issue on most of the sales that maybe they've been affected in the past, and if it's not addressed or whatever, they're quickly to move on to the next house because they don't want to deal with it again. So
absolutely. And seeing all these claims, the 90-day sewer guard is something. It covers the underground sewer and water line, sewer, septic, whatever the home has, as well as the main water line. $2,000 per line of coverage, so an aggregate of $4,000 of coverage for all of your buyers. We get a lot of these claims that come in, and this one, almost especially the roof warranties, they're sometimes a lot higher than they should be, but plumbers are kind of notorious for overpricing it. We have claims that come in all the time, and homeowners, especially new homeowners, they really don't know what these costs are. And again, typically when we get a sewer guard claim that comes in, and by the way, it covers the underground lateral line for collapses, breaks, leaks, tree root intrusions, and things like that, homeowners know that they have an issue. There's a line backing up into their basement or by their sub pump or into a bath or sink or something like that, toilet. They don't know what the cost is. Is this a $200 fix? Is it a $25,000 fix? They know that they have, sewage backing up into their home, and that needs to get taken care of immediately into this very, very large investment that they just made. They don't know what the cost of these things are. We get so many claims that come in, and it's, again, I'm not picking on the plumbers, but we see it day in and day out where a claim comes in and the client gets a quote for, $6,000 for a tree root intrusion that needs to be redone the whole line from the house pretty much to the road. But we always, ask the client why they need to replace the entire line and not go in and dig up, a 5-foot section of the line and just fix that part where it's, intruded at through the roots. And the homeowners, again, they don't know. And when we have that conversation with them, we're going to tell them exactly what they need to go back to the plumber and ask. And about 90% of the time, that client comes back with, a new estimate from the plumber. Oh, it went from $6,000 to, $1,200. Well, imagine that. And the reason why we do that is we want to make sure that the client isn't going to be paying more out of pocket than they need to for anything, if possible. We had a $26,000 claim come in for a client. And the homeowner, she was a doctor, and it was a very, very nice home. They called up, asked for me specifically because they had this issue going on, and the inspector told them to call me. And she was just calling to say, hey, I got this sewer line issue going on. Can I write the check to the plumber? And I asked her how much it was, and she said it's about $26,000. And I said, absolutely, you're more than welcome to write the check. However, I've never seen a claim come in even for half of that amount. Can you get an estimate and send it over to me? I'll get back with you tomorrow. So we did the same thing. It was about 200 feet of line from the house to the road, and there was a collapsed line about 30 feet away from the foundation, and the plumber wanted to replace the entire 200 feet. So we got back with the plumber, called him and asked why he was replacing 200 feet of the line and not a section that was about 30 feet away from the foundation that he put into the estimate. And within an hour, the buyer had a new estimate for about $2,500. So at that point, again, we covered it up to $2,000. She ended up being about $500 out of pocket, as opposed to $24,000 out of pocket. However, she was ready to write the check for $26,000. So she just didn't know what these things cost. We go to bat for the clients. We know what they are. We don't want the buyers getting taken advantage of. And again, that's a very, very, way out there example, but typically they're twice as much as what they need to be. And the client goes with the first plumber that comes out. They know what they're talking about. They feel confident with the guy, and that's fine. But when the price comes in, they submit it to us. We know what these prices are, and we let the buyers know. And again, sometimes we do get a claim where it comes in for $1,500. We look at it and say, gosh, that's right on cue. We have the conversation with the client. They're happy. Check goes out. Everything's good. So the sewer guard is just one example of how those work. Same thing with the 90-day warranties. I can't tell you how many the warranty that you guys offer for other things, how many times plumbers give it. We had HVAC guy submit, it was almost about $1,000 for 5 pounds of Freon to recharge a system, which is outrageous. So we know these prices, we help the homeowners, and we really make sure that they're not getting taken advantage of. So that's kind of an example on how the sewer guard works and protects the client. One thing I do want to note or point out that this warranty does not cover clogs. So if there was a backup and it was due to the cellar flushing garbage and diapers and things like that, it does happen. Those are things that wouldn't be covered, and the plumber would just come out there, snake the line anyway, and that's pretty much it. But this covers a failure in the underground line for leaks and collapses and things like that. So I hope that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, the thing is the termite protection plan, where you do the inspection that comes free with every inspection that you do, which is great, especially in your area where this is very important that these are done so the buyer knows about the property as best as they can. But the termite protection plan is going to cover that home to be free of termites as well as carpenter ants for 90 days past the inspection. So if you tell the client that there's no wood destroying organisms, any termites or anything like that. There could be damage from it in the past, but they're not present now. There's a $250 deductible, and we're going to pay for remediation of that depending on what the pest control company they choose, the home buyer chooses for that. So you have now a warranty that covers what you tell the client. So when the client moves in, you tell them one thing because the inspection was done, for example, on January 1st, but by the time they move in on February 1st, some things can change. And there's no way that you as the inspector can predict these things. Chris, I don't think you've ever looked at a dishwasher or told the client, gosh, you don't have any issues right now, but I think in probably the next 45 days there's going to be termites in here, but I'm not too sure about that. You can't really kind of predict the future. You can only tell what's going on at that time of the inspection. So you're putting these things together to make sure that the client is covered if and when they happen.
Absolutely. So I appreciate that, Mike. So we've covered, I'm sorry, we have one more thing to cover there with the extended home warranty. Go ahead, Mike.
Yes, and another thing that we offer too, and this is a real selling point for agents, is that we also run a 1-year warranty company throughout North America. And the RWS Simple Warranty, if they choose HouseMaster, if the agents refer HouseMaster and the buyer uses HouseMaster as well, the agent can actually call us, let us know that you guys did the inspection, and we'll verify it as well. And that agent can actually get an 18-month warranty for the same price as 12 months. So you get an extra 6 months of coverage for the same policy you might be offering to your buyers at closing anyway as a gift, or working in the closing, or however that's going to be. Our simple policy has no pre-existing conditions. So there's nothing that the clients can't call, make a claim on right away as soon as they close on the home, obviously. And again, this is based on you doing the inspection. So HouseMaster must do the inspection for this to take place. And it's something that the agents can take advantage of. If you're using another warranty company and you like their warranty, you got a relationship, hey, not a problem. But there's another option out here, and when HouseMaster does the inspection, there's an 18-month policy. You get an extra 6 months of coverage. There's $200 pretty much right into the policy that you're not paying as well, and hopefully another great advantage for referring HouseMaster as to your inspections. Here's a quick snippet I think that you did off our website. Actually, the inspectors will make sure that you get an email about a week after the inspection about that offer if you're interested in it. But completely optional. You can take advantage of it. You don't have to, whatever the case is. You can always go to our website to look at the benefits and the plans and the pricings and everything like that, where that's at. So, Chris, I think that this is over to you now about the
That was
factory.
Mike, you. Sure. And so we covered the 4 free additional warranties for you, and that's covering a roof repair, the mold, the sewer, and the termite. But we have a couple more additional things, kind of like an infomercial. We have more. With every house inspection, you're going to get a house facts report sent to you and your client. So it's a complimentary report that shows permit history, transaction history, property incidents, warnings. There was hail, storm, different storms that have occurred in there. And it really helps as an inspector. It helps you look at that attic area that's been remodeled, and you're wondering, was a permit pulled or not? And the history is there. So it helps me on the inspection, but helps you as an agent also understand some of the history, what's taken place. The next thing is a free buyer's benefit program. We're going to stage some emails over the next couple weeks after the inspection that are going to give all kinds of benefits for your client. So there's negotiated savings with moving companies, home improvement stores, restaurants, Starbucks, I saw Papa John's, Pizza Hut, Lowe's, up to 30% off on appliances at Sears. I've actually had clients thank me and tell me that it basically paid for the home inspection. So it's kind of a neat thing that I always tell the clients, you're going to get the email, just opt in, you're going to enjoy the savings that you get. And then the last thing is a free concierge service. Mike, I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, this is another service that we're helping you guys out with. So where The concierge is where we can reach out to the clients and help them turn on their utilities so they don't have to make all the individual calls. So that's another benefit, time saver, another value that the client can take advantage of. So we can help them get all the utilities turned on for cable, water, gas, electric, things like that. We also have other discounts for alarm systems and discounts for television, cable, and satellite. We also have some areas may get an offer for internet and packages and things like that. It's all based on the property address, and the great thing about this is completely optional for the client. If they want to take advantage of it, they can, but they get this for being a client of HouseMaster. Now, when we make the calls out for them, the buyers are very appreciated. That's saving them time. We can even turn off their utilities on the day that they want, start the utilities on the new home on the day that they want. Because let's face it, by the time you close on a house, when you're a buyer, the home inspector and the agents, even the agents know this better than anybody. There's so much going on with the buyers in life, with packing up the house and moving and, life and school and work and children and everything else going on at that same point. There's just a lot of stuff to go through. And another benefit is we can help take a little bit of that burden off of their shoulders. So something completely optional that they can take advantage of, and they get these special deals that we can offer to all of your buyers as well. So it's a great relationship. The program's just doing really, really well. And the big thing is that the homeowners are loving it and taking advantage of a lot of these things.
Yeah, well, that's what it's for. So we're at the end of our presentation, and you've learned all the benefits that you get as a client, as an agent working on a standard HouseMaster home inspection. And so you're getting a great inspection, a great report, great communication, but you're getting just like the Thanksgiving dinner, the supersize and all the trim-ins. And I believe you're going to see a lot of things on there that are going to make your life great as far as an agent, and lots of benefits and protection for your clients. So you got great information. Now what? Next slide, I've got information so you can contact Mike. Please give him any calls about the home warranties or upgrading or any particular questions that you may have. And I've got my cell phone number and my email address. I would love to talk to you further, questions that you have, or if you would like me to come to your office and talk to the other agents and explain all the fine details of this. I'd love to do that. For someone to become a valuable member of your team, you want to vet them. You want to know everything. And I just want you to know I respect that and would love to meet with you, coffee, telephone call, whatever it would take. So I appreciate your time for this, that you've taken to listen to this meeting. And I hope that you remember HouseMaster, home inspections done right, guaranteed. Thank you.